In this podcast episode, best-selling author Sebastian Junger explores profound themes related to life, death, technology, and society. Drawing from his personal near-death experience and extensive journalistic background, Sebastian reflects on the human condition, our relationship with modern technology, the meaning of community and responsibility, and how moments of crisis reveal the essence of human nature. Sebastian opens with reflections on his own near-fatal aneurysm, which brought him face-to-face with mortality. He discusses the surreal experience of confronting imminent death, how the mind reacts with a mixture of weakness, dissociation, and profound reflection, and the long-lasting psychological impact. The awareness of death sharpens moral clarity, forcing questions like, who do you want to be if these are your last 24 hours? This confrontation invites a reconsideration of what truly matters: presence with loved ones, gratitude, and meaningful choices beyond distractions and trivial anxieties. A significant part of the conversation centers on how smartphones and social media foster addictive behaviors by giving an illusion of control over life. Sebastian contrasts his experience of owning only a flip phone with others' constant digital engagement, noting that smartphones are deliberately designed as addicting devices that fragment attention and increase anxiety. He elaborates on how email and social media induce a sense of overwhelming, never-ending tasks and emotional volatility. This constant connectivity blurs boundaries, diminishes mindfulness, and detracts from real-time human interactions. Sebastian advocates for embracing inconvenience and human moments to regain mental peace and insight. Sebastian highlights the value of mental idling, the unstructured moments free from digital distractions, as essential for creativity and problem-solving. He shares how these neutral spaces, such as waiting or long plane rides without a smartphone, allow thoughts to flow intuitively, often leading to his best writing ideas and musical practice. This contrasts with the ruinous impact of constant low-level distractions that fill time but do not nourish the mind. He shares his strong attachment to analog forms, such as reading physical books, listening to CDs at home, and practicing music mentally, emphasizing the deep cognitive and emotional engagement that digital substitutes rarely replicate. Sebastian criticizes the complexity and marketing around modern baby gear and tech-heavy parenting tools, arguing for natural human behaviors like co-sleeping and carrying children, practices common to other mammals, which nurture deeper bonds and well-being. Throughout the episode, Sebastian returns to the theme of gratitude. He stresses that gratitude is not a byproduct of happiness, but its foundation. Learning to appreciate small, mundane moments, whether a traffic jam, a walk, or family time, is fundamental to a fulfilling life. This perspective counters the dissatisfaction bred by modern society's endless striving and technological distractions. Sebastian examines the erosion of community bonds and shared responsibility in modern society. Reflecting on tribal societies and historical examples, he argues that meaningful belonging arises from mutual dependency and shared sacrifice. He discusses how modern affluence decreases this necessity, causing alienation and loss of purpose. He emphasizes moral obligation as a voluntary commitment to contribute to society through simple acts such as donating blood, serving on juries, and voting. Without these, individuals risk losing their stake in the common good. The conversation explores leadership qualities exemplified by self-sacrificing figures in history and underdog groups who succeed through solidarity and courage. Sebastian critiques contemporary political leaders for prioritizing job security and social acceptance over genuine responsibility, resulting in systemic failure. He praises cultural norms and personal ethics that bind individuals to higher standards of conduct and encourages embracing such frameworks for personal purpose and social stability. Sebastian discusses how large-scale crises, wars, natural disasters, societal upheavals create moments of collective unity, purpose, and moral clarity. These situations evoke humans' evolutionary past as social animals relying on tight-knit groups for survival. Paradoxically, some people even develop nostalgia for such crises because they provide meaning and connection often absent in peaceful, affluent societies. He criticizes those who undermine collective efforts during critical moments, framing such actions as morally reprehensible. Drawing on literary and philosophical ideas, Sebastian explores the elasticity of time during moments of extreme psychological stress, such as near execution or death. He references works like Ambrose Bierce's Stories and Seneca's Stoic Meditations to illustrate how awareness of mortality intensely shapes human perception and behavior. These reflections serve as a reminder to live fully and consciously in the present. Sebastian critically examines how modern capitalism monetizes and complicates the parent-child relationship, turning natural human bonds into opportunities for consumerism. He contrasts this with traditional human and animal behaviors, noting how practices like co-sleeping and physical closeness foster security and attachment, while technologies like strollers, baby monitors, and separate bedrooms can undermine them. He invites reconsidering the balance between convenience and essential human connection in parenting. The discussion touches on how social media intensifies political polarization and amplifies rage, serving as a tool for divisive power dynamics. Sebastian criticizes both political parties, but highlights how some leverage division for control. He points out the reluctance of governments and tech leaders to regulate or curb these toxic effects, influenced by vested interests and political leverage. Finally, Sebastian reflects on the tension between the modern desire for precise control over life's events, enabled by technology, and the inherent unpredictability of existence. Accepting uncertainty and practicing flexible, grateful engagement with life offers resilience against frustration, anxiety, and the illusion that we can fully command our futures. This insight encourages embracing the extraordinariness of ordinary moments, despite life's uncontrollable aspects.